It's another beautiful day here at the Montvert Country Club in Pocheon, South Korea, for day 2 of the MEDIHEAL HANKOOKILBO Championship. It was a 4-way tie for the lead, with 4 ladies posting matching 65s in the opening round Thursday, a weather-affected opening round, but thankfully no such issues this afternoon. Timothy Lowe here, welcoming you along to what should be another brilliant day of golf. It's 1 billion Korean won prize purse up for grabs this week. I mentioned that massive tie at 7 under par to start the day. If you weren't in red figures, you were very much in danger of missing the cut. Same holds true today. Montvert Country Club presented in wonderful fashion once again for these ladies. Soft greens, pure greens at that. Rolling out very nicely has led to some good scoring. Hong Jung-min currently in the lead at 15 under par, 3 clear of Jo Hye Lim, reigning KLPGA Championship winner, backing up a 65 yesterday with a 64 this morning. Reigning Korean Women's Open champion Lee Dong-eun currently sits at 5 under par. She'll be part of our featured coverage this afternoon. At this present stage of the championship, 10 players. That's right, you heard me, 10 players in double digits under par, and we're not even midway through this championship. Hwang Hyo-min, tee shot at the short par 4 7th. Safely on the fairway. Just looking at some of the names in that top 10. You got Lee Dae-yeon, multiple-time major champion. Yoo Hyun-ju as well. Roh Seung-hui, last year's Korea Women's Open champion. 19-time titleist. Park Min-ji, and of course, I mentioned earlier, our championship leader. There's a major pedigree as well. This is one of the players out of South Korea who has a real major title. The US Women's Open a couple years ago. Kim Hye-lim, who had it going yesterday before 3 bogeys and 4 holes on her back nine, the front side of the golf course. She's currently 4 under par and just over the green and 2 at the par 5. The 4th edition of what is quickly becoming a hugely popular event on the KLPGA Tour, this MEDIHEAL HANKOOKILBO Championship. Ang Shin-sil, 3 wins on tour, including 1 this year. Disappointing 73 yesterday to start a campaign, but she's picked up an early birdie to get back to even par, and expect to set her up with a decent opportunity here at the par 5 6th. That one looks like it's leaking out a fraction right. Could be in that greenside trap, and that is not going to be a straightforward assignment. And below 60 and ties make the cut right now. That's sitting at 3 under par and could potentially even jump to 4 under. That will depend on the scoring pace this afternoon. Couple wins under her belt. Ko Ji-yu, her little sister Ko Ji-won, winning on the island of Jeju last week. Ji-yu was almost as happy as Ji-won to see her little sister finally pick up that maiden KLPGA Tour title. Now here's a lady who hasn't finished outside of the top 5 in the last 3 editions of this championship. Hyun Kyung, disappointing day stuck in neutral on Thursday. 1 under par 71, and not much better today. That has it stayed out of the thick stuff. Not quite sure, but her impressive run at this championship could come to a screeching halt if she doesn't find some birdies quickly this Friday. Got to the 8th hole, and Han Jin-sun, who was flying around yesterday at 7 under par before a disastrous double bogey at her final hole. Close to the 67 for the 2-time champion. Triple under today. Not close to getting to 8 under. Both her wins coming at the Haiwan Resorts Ladies Open. The player to successfully defend the title. She got her second victory in her steady career a few months ago in its Ladies Championship. Great look here at 7 to move up to 6 under par. Tails off a little right. Yep, well done. Back-to-back birdies for Jung. At the moment, 6 under par, only good enough for a share of 22nd place. That has been the torrid pace of scoring on display this week in Pocheon. So laying up out of the thick rough at the 6, so Dongan will have to find a birdie opportunity the conventional way. Third shot now should be nothing more than a smooth wedge from here. As we saw throughout yesterday, likely distance control from her. Good break here for Shinsil, staying out of that deep greenside bunker, but you can see the topography of these greens at Montvert really nicely through that low camera angle, that huge hump. A couple of paces right of where that whole location is. The lie's okay. Sitting up just enough in that rough where she should be able to have reasonable control on it. You're not expecting these to chip up too quickly. Often get a little grass caught between club face and ball that knocks some spin off, so very much have to play for some release. It's about trying to pick your landing spot and imagining that ball rolling out like a putt once it does hit the putting surface. Take some good visualization and good technique to get these close. Not bad. Still a chance for Shinsil. Always thought she was one of the most exciting players in the South Korean women's game, just by the fact that she does possess a huge tool that not many this side of the world have. Just brute power, distance off the tee. She has the occasional squirrely shot, but when she does put things together, she is awfully impressive. Kim Lim, seen it all, done it all in the women's game. Applies her trade mainly on the premier women's tour in the world, the LPGA Tour stateside. It's nice to see her come back and support her local circuit every now and then, but not an easy eagle putt by any stretch for Kim. That huge mound to contend with. Well, we saw her do this yesterday on this very hole. Had an eagle putt, left it woefully short, and then canned the subsequent putt for birdie, although that's going to be a little longer than the one she holed on day one. Hyun Kyung just staying out of the real trouble on 7, but I don't think she can get this to the green. It's just about trying to gouge this one back in play. I don't know, she could make the front edge. Made wonderful fist of things from there. Despite a poor tee shot, Park Hyun Kyung has given herself an outside look. Round of the week so far. A 64 posted by our current championship leader Hong Jong Min. And this morning, Wave coming home in 5 under par 31 on her back nine, the front side of the golf course. It's a new venue this year for the MEDIHEAL HANKOOKILBO Championship here at Montvert Country Club. Birdies are certainly the order of the day. Pretty much guaranteed an under par cut for the 8th time this KLPGA Tour season. I have to say the key to scoring this week certainly going to be the par 5s at Montvert. Most of them reachable, the 12th not really. have to play them at least 2-3 under par each day to really give yourself a sniff. As she did in the opening round. May Lim making a little hard work of the 6th, but still going to be a birdie on the card. Head nice and steady there. Good acceleration through the impact area. Pick out the right line with the right pace, and you find that happens more often than not. Bit of a hanging lie here. Go GU. Not much club in hand. Just a gap wedge. Also has yielded an eagle already this week. In fact, that came this morning from Choi Eun-woo, holding out her second shot en route to a 65 that leaves her at 9 under par through 36 holes. As I did yesterday, playing as one of the easiest holes on the golf course. So you find the fairway here on the 7th. Looking at chop, thinking birdie opportunity. Your Min will have just that when she gets up to the green. Meanwhile, we'll swing back to the 6th, and Lee Dong-eun looking to get herself to 6 under par as well. Get the hint of movement off her right-hand side from this angle. Looks like Igai Hanjin-seon just coming out of the rough at the 9th. 128 meters, plays slightly downhill. It's a big gap wedge. She's trying to bust one up there, maybe playing for some release. That's the release she was looking for, and it'll just scuttle onto the upper level of the green. Much better than yesterday, which she found that penalty area to the left-hand side, leading to a disastrous double bogey. Well, these are the putts Bang Shin-sil's got to hold today if she wants to be around for the weekend. You see this every now and then from Shin-sil. She tends to spin her wheels. She don't start going her way. She starts pressing and she starts to struggle. Now this would be a real bonus for Park Hyun-kyung at 7. Put a good roll on it. It's going to be a par. Remember that cut line projected at the moment at 3 under par. Hyun-kyung at 1 under. Shin-sil at even. Couple of the big names coming into the week. Very much in danger of missing out on weekend action. Not so much for Jung Yoon-ji, who has this birdie putt coming up at the par 3 8th. Good. Is good. Birdie this hole yesterday. Jung Yoon-ji in that round of 68. 3 on the spin. Ji back at 7. Can she get it to 7 under par? Playing in the company of Jung Yoon-ji, this is Lee Ga-young, hugely popular player wherever she goes throughout the land of morning calm. Excellent tee shot on the par 3. And a nice conversion Guy Young to 6 under, and that boisterous crowd of supporters will continue to get louder the higher she climbs up that leaderboard. I'll be playing from Yinji and Guy Young thus far on Friday afternoon. A short 7th. 3 players shouldn't have any trouble getting to the lower portion of the fairway. You carry it just over 200 meters out there. You catch a downslope and it skips along another 20, 30 extra. That's the downslope. It's not going to catch it. Much better than line than she had yesterday in that very thick left-hand rough. All smiles as usual. Kim Lim. It's Dong'un's sophomore season on the KLPGA Tour. Comfortably kept her card in a rookie campaign in 2024 and doesn't have to worry about status for the next couple of years. Winning the Korean Women's Open earns you a 5-year exemption on the KLPGA Tour.
Okay.
Make no mistake, this young lady is long, although that one hitting a touch left. It's going to catch the downslope. Try to run out a little bit more, but you just see the moisture still in the fairways. Quickly up to the green, and Hwang Yo-min for a birdie after that nicely controlled wedge, leaving it underneath the hole. An uphill putt she can attack. Easy as you like it. Hwang Yo-min into the top 25. Still a whopping 9 shots behind Hong Jung-min. A lot of golf left to play. To 9, Hanjin Sun. To make amends on the hole that really put a dampener on what was an excellent opening day's work. Cameras, crowd movement, something's put her off, so doing the right thing. Step back, refocus. Try to roll this one in. She'll better her efforts from Thursday. Just the par there for Han. Keeping that scorecard nice and tidy as she makes the turn. 2 under par for the round. Now to the 8th. Short iron in the hands of Hwang Yo-min. Playing target golf today. Just around 20 feet. See that pin location on this 7th hole today, just to that right-hand side of the green. Even if you are coming out of the rough, particularly the left rough, it's not terrible. You can use the length of the putting surface to your advantage if your lie's not great. Can't quite tell what Yongshin Sil's lie is from this camera angle. But you can sort of pitch it 5-6 yards past the front edge of the green. Try and catch that spine. And use the contours to funnel it to this right hole location. Something just like that. Clever shot there from Yongshin Sil. Lim. It's a much cleaner lie from that first cut of rough. It doesn't have to pitch it so far short as Shinsil. Can fly it a little bit closer to that back pin. Got to be wary of spin control, especially the back hole locations. Whatever the number is for Jungman, try and fly it there. Expect one medium-sized hop, and if he clips this nice, that ball's going to back up with quite a bit of spin. It's a gap wedge from 82 meters. It's telling me it's going to be a pretty smooth one. Kind of deaden out the hands, flatten the ball flight, take the spin out of it. Pretty good. Well, the action coming fast and furious here at Montvert. Hong Jung-min backing up a brilliant round of 65 with a 64 this morning to lead by 3. Cut line watchers, well, keep an eye on that. At the moment, it's going to be a minimum of 3 under par to play the weekend here at the MEDIHEAL HANKOOKILBO Championship. always likes coming back to South Korea when given the opportunity. Kim Lim, and she's given herself the opportunity to get to 6 under par with this birdie putt at the 7th. Gilman ahead on 8. Birdie opportunity upcoming. Pretty flat, but maybe teetering off the right-hand side as it loses speed round the cup. Just hammered that through the break. Okay. Does the scorecard no damage whatsoever. Three-time winner on the KLPGA Tour, Hwang Yo-min, as high as 4th in the World Amateur Golf Rankings. Back when she played for Team Korea for much of her teenage life. Saw England's putt just tail off to the right. See if Dong-eun was paying attention. Stayed pretty straight on her. Unlucky, that's 2 good putts she's hit over the last 2 holes that haven't dropped. Can always take consolation in the fact that stress-free tap-ins for par. Golf's hard enough as it is without having to sweat over knee-knocking comebackers for your par. Go back to Eugene. Trying to play a little on the LPGA Tour. Got through Q Series a couple of years ago. Lost her cards. And now back playing here in South Korea. Chance to pick up a birdie as she starts her way around the back 9 here at Montvert. And she hit it. Oh, no. Very few things more frustrating in golf than a putt that stops half a revolution shy of dropping in bang on line. So Eugene remains 4 under par. Yeah, Shin-sil crafted herself a good opportunity after that well thought out second shot. Waiting for a little spark from Bang. That's wide. That is well wide. She's got a frustrated figure on the greens this week so far. Shin-sil. Club in her hands. Very much blows hot and cold. This looks like Bae So-hyun. Close call last week at the Samdasu Masters. 3-time winner on the KLPGA Tour. 2 of them coming in playoffs last year. Already had 1 eagle on her scorecard. That was a hole out on the first hole yesterday, her 10th of the day. Fancy her chances of popping that one in to get to 4 under. Now, across to the 8th. And Kim Lim. So Yeoman with a 9-iron that pulled up about 20 feet short. Should be a pretty stock standard 8-iron for Lim. Don't need to take anything off it, but this one just peeling off a fraction right. Speaking of Yeomin, here she is with the popular choice of club at the 9th, just going with a 3-wood. Dongan also going with 8. Gonna have to be a pretty feathery one, I have to say. Start it left, just try to let it drift back right towards the pin. Fabulous stuff from Lee Dong-eun. Dania pitched that in the hole. Also with the 3-wood. Yu. Shin-sil, like the two playing partners, going with the 8. Very solid there from Shin-sil. Jung Yun-ji stuck another in close, this time at the 9th, and a great look for 4 birdies in a row as she heads to the turn. That putter is red hot right now for Jung Yun-ji, creeping up inside the top 15, making a big move this afternoon with still 9 holes to play. Bae So-hyun absolutely flagged it as well. Not much left in this one. Jin-seon to start her back 9. Looks like she's just found that right rough at the 10th. Shot plays steeply uphill. That's going to be a test of the short game skills. Back to 8. Kim Lim, one of many players switching to the new Lab Golf putters. LAB standing for Lie Angle Balance. They're a new putter company. Anti-torque putter faces. Anti-torque putter heads, I should say. It's the USP of that company. Reigning US Open champion, JJ Spawn, giving Lab its first major champion in their stable. Tried one of those myself. Doesn't make the hole any bigger, but certainly makes it easier to keep that club face square throughout the stroke. Hyun Kyung, fortunately, back at even par now. Just dropped a shot. Got to get something going. That's a good start. So, never a bad time to start making putts. Had a couple from this range already. Every single time it's done that. Can't seem to buy a putt this afternoon, Chun-sil. Perfectly placed tee shot at the 9 for Hwang Yo-min. Most important thing is just to make sure you leave this on the correct level of the green. There's a little slope about 4 paces short of that hole position. Got a big crown to carry. She drops it on that. Could take a big skip and go tumbling away from the hole. It's got a place with good height and elevation. Fabulous touch from Han Jin-seon there at the 10th. Dong'eun. So you've got to keep your focus over these putts. Inside right edge. Right in the middle. Lee Dong-eun to 6 under. And we'll be returning to South Korea for the BMW Ladies Championship in October. KLPGA event should be played at Oak Valley once again. Safely in for her 3. Lee Chae-eun 2. She completed her round. 5 under par was a tie for second place yesterday. She's outside the top 30 at the moment, but a birdie there on the 9th moves her up into a share of 23rd. So good birdie there to start the back 9 for Chae-eun. Jiu. This putt earlier, fairly straight round the hole. And she hit it. No. These greens, perhaps not quite as quick as the tournament committee would have liked. Again, not much you can do about that deluge of rain we had to start the week. I'm sure they will dry out and quicken up as the weekend rolls along. Especially if we have more perfect days like this one. Look at that. Saw some low-hanging clouds framing the mountains in the Pocheon countryside on Thursday. Bright, sunny skies ahead for second round action this Friday as Lee Dong-eun takes to the tee at 9. Just kept it on the upper shelf of the green, Hwang Yo-min. You heard a roar earlier as Dong-eun was back on the tee. That's where it came from. Hwang Yo-min, much like Jung Yun-ji, on the move this afternoon. Gets herself inside the top 20. There's golf to be played still for her. The co-leaders starting yesterday. Starting today, I should say. Kim Min-sol just turned pro a couple of months ago. She's off to a flyer starting on the back 9 of the golf course. 4 straight birdies leaves her at 11 under par within 4 of Hong Jung-min. 10th for Bay. Have to clobber this lob wedge from 100 meters plus a bit of elevation. All she was trying to do was pitch it on the front edge of the green. She did just that, and it's worked out beautifully. Hyun Kyung, like Shinsil, got to get this putter fired up. Here, barring a blitzing back nine, Park Hyun Kyung's impressive run at this championship could very well come to a screeching halt in 2025. Get up to the, what looks like the 11th hole, and Sung Yoo Jin, just off the right edge of the green. Comes up and over a very gentle slope, works down towards the hole, and should be moving from right to left. A much more positive putt than the one she hit back at 10. It yielding the same result of a par 4. Yeah, nice crowds as usual out following the featured groups this afternoon. Tour's going to roll on to Fortune Hills Golf Club next week for the BC Card Hankyung Ladies Cup. Another 72 holes to look forward to in the second half of the 2025 season on the KLPGA Tour. It's a great group to be following here. You've got the reigning Korean Women's Open champion. You've got always explosive Bang Shin-sil, and you've got the only actual major champion in the field, and Kim Hye Lim, taking some shade from that relentless summer sun under that umbrella. MEDIHEAL have kindly set up a couple of cooling or cool down areas for the fans sprinkled throughout the golf course. People to get some respite from what has been an extraordinarily warm summer season in South Korea this year. A visually slightly obscured target with that willow tree just short of the green, but Hye Lim should know her numbers. 139 meters, a little shorter than that. Took off on a good line. And the crowd up around the green should tell her where that's finished. I'd say around 15 feet. Not raucous cheering, but a couple of polite shouts of acknowledgement. Shin-sil looks to have turned it into the left rough. Not quite sure what her lie is like. So Dong'en just in that right rough, spun out of that tee shot a little bit. They look equidistant. I wonder who's going to have first crack here. Appears to be Dong'en. From here, the only thing is just judging how this is going to come out of the rough. Because the last thing you want to do is try to pitch it onto that upper level, catch a bit of a fly or a hot bounce, and you're tumbling through the green. I think the percentage where he's trying to land it short of that slope, and if it kicks up, wonderful. If not, take your chances with an uphill putt from 20, 30 feet. Good height on it. Line's pretty good. Yeah, that's the problem. Just comes out a little hot with not much spin. Finish up at the back of the green. Not going to be the easiest two putt for E. Shin-sil wasting a little time. Sort of a 50-50 lie. Doesn't like it. Is that headed left? Has that got enough? No, it's fine. Well, all things considered, shouldn't be too disappointed with that one. You can see the ball of Kim Hye Lim up 12 feet away. Perfect spot. the start of the back nine. And Lee Young. Great chance for a three. And duly converted. Fighting away is Lee Young. ENG couldn't possibly make it 6 in a row, could she? Or 5 in a row, excuse me. Getting ahead of myself. Well, he could very well have a putt for 6 in a row in a couple of moments' time. Look at that run of scoring from Jung Yoon Ji. Right, Lee Dong-eun with a lengthy one here at 9, and really the best bet is try to break this longish putt down into segments. See that shoulder of the bunker? That's certainly going to influence the ball in the last third of this putt. Almost 60 feet away. It's going to send it up over that shoulder. Just try and have it lose speed right at the crest, and then it should gather that pace back as it makes its way right towards the cup. Anything within 3 feet, she'd happily take from here. Yeah, never easy. Putts of that length, particularly with some pretty big slopes involved. So work cut out for Lee Dong-eun at 9. Couldn't kill him. At the start she was looking for a couple of early birdies, but 3 bogeys towards the end of her front 9 have put her in the danger zone. Go full out attack mode, and well, to attack the pin there at 10. Excellent shot from Hyun Kyung. Same story as well for Bang Shin Sil. Got to keep your foot on the gas pedal. You miss the cut by 1, you miss the cut by 8, it's not going to make a difference. It's got to stay aggressive, and that is not an aggressive putt. And it's a 1 under par front side for Bang. She's going to need plenty of birdies coming home to book a tee time Saturday morning here at Montfort. Now, Hwang Yo-min at 10. Short club in hand. Should fancy her chances with this front hole location. No real danger to speak of. She pitched that straight on top of Park Hyun Kim's ball. Good shot. I want to say this putt is going to move a little to her right. And certainly when she gets over it, she's going to feel her feet slightly higher than the ball by virtue of that shoulder discussed earlier. And just towards the end, to my eye at least, it looks like it'll stay fairly straight. So if she starts this outside left lip, I just think it's going to hang there. Oh, hit the other way on her. Yeah. This course is gettable, but with how big these greens are, and how much slope there is in them, if you're in the wrong sections, 3 putts, very much a possibility. So a first drop shot of the week comes at the 9th for Dong-eun. first in Han Nakyong. Getting her back nine started. One outside the cut line at the moment, which is inching dangerously close to 4 under par. 3 under, a share of 55th. 5-6 more players get to 4 under. The 3 unders are out. So Alim trying to inch away a little closer towards Hong Jung Min. Perfect spot to be putting from underneath the hole. Very little break in this. Bins it. Kim Ae Lim turns in 4 under par, 32. Major champion on the prowl. She makes the turn. It's going to be coming downhill. Definitely wants to move from right to left. It's inside of where Park Hyun-kim's ball pitched earlier. An old pitch mark would probably be her ideal start line. Now to the 12th, and Sung Yoo Jin. Okay. Inside right edge for Park Hyun-kyung to get back to 1 under par. Needs it, gets it. Okay, it's 1 down. Realistically, you have to say 3 more to go. Let's be virtually certain. 3 under par, still very dicey at this stage. Now Ga Young, not thinking about the cut line, thinking about the top of the leaderboard as she hits her second to the 11th. Some real momentum with this group right now. Both Ga Young and Jung Yoon-ji playing some very good golf this afternoon. There's our featured threesome of Lee Dong-eun, Bang Shin-sil and Kim Ae Lim make their way to the 10th tee to start their inward nines. See this par 4 works uphill all the way to that green. Top portion of your screen. Dog leg to the right as well. Right bunkers. The first one certainly I think would be in play for all 3 ladies in this group. Certainly want to air down that left half of the fairway, just make the whole play slightly longer. But you'd have to be coming into this front hole location from the short stuff and that right rough. Then will have the honour after her birdie at the 9th. She's got driver. Up to 11. That's like the 10th hole. Plays uphill. After that excellent approach into 11. Short little conversion coming up. Nicely brushed in. So that's back-to-back birdies for Lee Ga Young, taking her to 8 under. Dongan just got to shake off that little mistake, focus on the task at hand, which is just find the fairway at the 10th. To 12. Sung Yoo Jin. Birdie opportunity. Yeah, good positive stroke and a nice four. Take Sung Yoo Jin up to 5 under. But if you're just joining us, that's a whopping 10 shots behind our current championship leader, Hong Jung Min. Yeah, Yin Kyung, see if she can build some momentum after that birdie on 10. She split the fairway here at 11, even par for her day. Oh, starting to dial it in again. Excellent stuff from Hyun Kyung. His tee shot just drifted into the first cut of rough. See, there's really not much to speak about. That ball's actually sitting quite nicely for her, so we'll get a decent amount of spin control on this one. Caught that a little clunky, but gets a nice little kick forward. Go to you. Prime position. All the way down the fairway at 11. Just go straight at it. Good time to be aggressive here when you have an opportunity like this. Wedge in hand to a soft green and a front pin. We drop back to the 10th hole. Edoman just coming from that step cut of rough. You can see the elevation I'm talking about. Players can't quite see the bottom of the flagstick, even though it's cut on the front segment of the green. Pretty similar shot to the one she left herself on the 7th, just a little dead arm wedge. Elim, a couple of yards closer. And Dongan, he's just picking up a little. It's helping. Got to carry at least pin high. Shot of a seasoned veteran there. Knew she had the backboard to work with. She's going to get plenty of spin with that lob wedge. Gentle right to left in this one. Looks downhill, but we saw from Sung Yu Jin it's a little bit flatter around the hole, so you can play this a little bit more aggressively than your eye would initially indicate. GU. Just a little slider here. Always a little uncomfortable when you've got a putt from, what's this, just about 8 feet. And you got to start it, look at that, almost a cut left. You've got to try and tickle this one in over the front edge. Not a putt you can bang in with pace and try and take the break out. Yeah, beautifully stroked and rolled. Tasty birdie for Go GU. Not the best of strikes from that left rough for Dongan, but she can attack. Fairly slow, making its way uphill. Just never had that one started online. Yeah, tap in par. That keeps Dongan at 5 under. And off You say you feel like you're spinning your wheels at 5 under par, but I promise you that's what's going through the mind of Lee Dong-eun right now. Now, come on, Hyun Kyung. For back-to-back birdies. Just to breathe a little life into this battle to make the weekend for the 4th successive year at this championship. Okay. There's a little belief back in the sails of Park Hyun Kyung as she moves herself to 2 under par. This looks like Kim Min Sol on the 18th. There you go. Mentioned that torrid run of birdies, 4 in a row from the 12th to the 15th. A couple of pars since, so she's running in a share of 3rd. And she'll have around 25 feet for a birdie at the 18th, her 9th hole of the day. Won a major on the KLPGA Tour. The South Korean amateur to do that in history. Lim. That nicely controlled approach. Just right to left to take it to 7 under. Yeah, nicely read, nicely rolled. Lim. Starting to get comfortable on these slightly slower greens. Moves into the top 20. Good to see they're playing ready golf here. Be Lim's honour with her birdie at 10, but Dong-eun's first to the tee, so why not get things underway? Golf takes long enough as it is. Pace of play can use all the help it can get. It's a 3-wood for Lee. Years of age now. Kim Lim.
잘하겠습니다.
3 wins here in South Korea. 3 wins on the LPGA Tour, most recently coming in February at the Hilton Grand Vacations Tournament of Champions. 2 strokes the victor over Nelly Korda. Finish at the Women's British Open as well. Recently completed a couple of weeks ago. New Yamashita from the land of the rising sun. continuing to assert Asian dominance on the women's professional scene with her breakthrough major title. He's not getting any better for Bang Shin-sil, who unfortunately bogeyed 10. So now it's a proverbial mountain to climb for Shin-sil. Just on that cut line, still holding steady at 3 under par. Share of 56th right now. It's just creeping towards 4. 10 players out of the golf course at 3 under par, which can still very much affect the cut line come day's end. A bunch of players at 2 under par as well. Lee Yulin at 1 under. We'll have that for a par. Some of the names trying to battle their way into the weekend. Park Hyun Kyung, we've seen a bit of her. Former winner on the KLPGA Tour. Lee Sung Yeon, Jun Sung as well. 10-time winner. Lee Jung Min just starting her day. She's even for her round and 3 under for the championship. So too Lee So Young. Still a lot can happen out there. And Min Sol trying to break out of that share of 3rd. Join Jo Hye Lim at 12 under. This for a 5th birdie of the day. He's got plenty of pace. Just pulled up unspeakably quick around the hole. That's a solid front 9 though. 4 under par for Min Sol. Spoke about Jun Sung earlier, and here she is making the turn. 2 under par. At the moment projected outside the cut line, but she possesses plenty of talent. Even winner on tour. Gets her back 9 underway. Much like the 10th hole, this 11th plays sort of gently uphill. It's a front hole location, so don't have too many humps and hollows to contend with for the players. Only really bad miss to today's hole location be that short bunker. Take a really rank shot to find that right-hand trap. There's quite a bit of dead ground between the edge of the green and the sand on the starboard side. But for Shin-sil, just got to be full on attack mode now. Needs to run the tables to earn a spot in the field for weekend action here at Montvert. Well, what was I saying about the worst place to miss it? She's just found it. Gone a little quiet to start the back 9. Han Jin Son. See if she can get back on the birdie train. Second shot now to the 13th. Longest of the par 4s on the inward 9. That'll be one of the shorter birdie putts you see today. Beautiful stuff from Jin Son. Dominant. There's hardly a breath of wind on Thursday's opening round. There's a little bit out there today. Should be enough to bother her with just a wedge in hand from 111. Started that one well out to the right. I've seen a number of players just miss it in that right fringe today. A limb tee shot just creeping into the right rough. Looks like it's nestled down a little, so going to be tough to stop this without trajectory. Certainly got that one up in the air. Yeah, very clever shot. She knew she'd get some release out of that. Played for a shorter number and she's executed it brilliantly. Day 2 action rolling along here at the MEDIHEAL HANKOOKILBO Championship. The lead is 15 under par, held by Hong Jung-min. That cut line still hanging strong at 3 under. So much depends on the lie for Pang Shin-sil. Well, stayed out of the bunker, which is a very good break. Off the upslope of that rough, just pop it up and get it to chase out. It's birdies she needs, not scrambling pars. Making the turn. One of your full overnight co-leaders finds herself chasing Hong Jung-min. Trails by 4, starting the back 9. Kim Min-sol just turned pro a couple of months ago. No signs of nerves going on the biggest stage in South Korea, KLPGA Tour. A little right, should come up short of that fairway bunker though. Dongan outside look for birdie on the 11th. Yeomin, an even 100 meters left of the 12th. That's the spin she was looking for. Nicely controlled. Jinseon at 13 after that excellent 7-iron. Up and out of it quickly. I think she knew. Koji Yu going with Yeomin, a little bit closer. See if she was paying attention to Lee Dong-Eun's birdie effort from the right side of the green. Lim for another. Lim's got another. Look at her go. Want to start at the week as one of the pre-tournament favorites, given her excellent pedigree and track record as a professional golfer. Lim making moves. Should be a formality from this spot for Dong-Eun's par. Indeed it is. Remains 5 under. To 12, and Hwang Yeomin, this birdie opportunity. Frustratingly close again for Hwang Yeomin. Just keeping an eye on the cut line for you back at home, ladies and gentlemen. 3 under par right now. A share of 59. So 2 players away from this moving at 4 under par. And that would be bad news for the likes of Park So-hye, Hwang Yeon-so, Choi Min-kyung as well. And done for the day at 3 under. GU to get to 7 under. Opposite side of the hole to Yeomin. Pretty straight. Just got to hit it. Rams it into the back of the cup. Lovely birdie for GU. It's back-to-back on 11 and 12. Yeah, momentum squarely in the corner of Kim Lim at the moment. Turned in 32. 3 birdies in a row starting from the 9th. She's clawed her way into a share of 16th at 8 under par. Just into the rough there at the 12th, but maybe it shouldn't be too much of a bother. I said earlier, this is pretty much the only par 5 which forces the players to play in 3 shots with that penalty area coming into the equation off the tee. Case in point, Tongan just going with an iron. Don't often see that on par 5s. Not off the tee anyway. Went for the green and 2 at 14, Sung Yoo-jin, chipping from the low point just to the left-hand side, gets a friendly little carom off the playing partner's coin. I'm not sure if that helped or hurt. It looked like it knocked it back on line, but it comes up a couple of rolls short. Put it down for a 4. That's as easy as it comes for Sung Yoo-jin. I gotta be honest with you, I'm not a real fan of the way this 12th hole at Montfort's laid out. I like a good risk-reward par 5. Clear that stuff out in front. The rocks and the trees and the heather. Give players a chance to bash a driver down there. Give them a chance to attack in 2. We turn this into a short par 3, as it were, with pretty much the entire field having short irons or wedges in from the layup area. Much like that closing hole at high 1cc. It's just a bit of a head scratcher here. You do get the odd quirky hole in South Korea every now and then. Min Sol must apologize to Lee So-hyun. She was the one that won the major championship on the KLPGA tour. Not to say that Kim Min Sol hasn't done some excellent things as an amateur. A couple of runner-up finishes in professional events. And then coming at the Kyochon Honey Ladies Open back in 2024. And shots like that, you can certainly see why. Also finished 5th at the OK Financial Group OK Man Open in 2023. Won by Madasom. That's Club 72. Layup on the way, should be no problem for a player of her ability to keep it down the straight and narrow. That aerial shot earlier gives you a sense of the elevation that the players maneuver around as they make their way through Montvert Country Club. 12 hole way above where the 9th green was, but Lim continues to keep her foot on the gas pedal. Stunning shot there from 121. Just into the left rough. Ahead on the 13th, where we find Hwang Yo-min. Out towards that front edge. Release up towards the pin. Well, that could happen. It's so hard to stop it coming from the rough, but that's still a decent effort. I'll be irritated that she didn't give herself a better chance back on 13. Did she make amends on 14? And she's given herself another look. I don't think she's going to squander that. Beautiful shot there from Han Jin-seon. GU from the fairway at 13. Get this one to stop a little quicker than Yo-min's. Working off the slope as well. Beautiful control on that approach from Go GU. Chae-Yun. Just seeing how it's done. Watching Jin Son's. She will replicate. Excellent shots there from Chae-Yun and Jin Son at the par 5. Slightly above the feet. Let's just look out a little right here. Maybe spinning left once it hits the dance floor. Pulled it. A touch. Still not bad. That's a hallmark of a good player, like I said yesterday. Good distance control. Always pin high, there or thereabouts. Giving excellent control. Speaking of control, Kim Min Sol, chance to move into a share of second with Jo Hye Lim. Not much in this putt for Kim. And that's a 5th birdie of the day. All eyes on Hong Jung-min at 15 under par. Kim Min Sol making some inroads in this afternoon wave. Jin Son just to tidy up for her birdie 4. Nicely done. Going to be coming uphill from this side of the green, so I could play this putt with pace. Well, she's hitting good putts, but they're going unrewarded thus far. Send this one out a good couple of feet to the right. Just have it sling off that slope that Koji Yu used to great effect with her second shot. Well, that one's got to go. That's got to keep going. Okay, just about cozies it into proverbial gimme range. No concessions in professional golf. A brave person to bet against Hwang Yo-min walking off the 13th green with par. Now Chae-Yun to get to 7 under par. Yeah, well deposited for Chae-Yun. Couple of birdies on her back 9. Park Hyun-kyung started the back 9 brilliantly with those back-to-back birdies at 10 and 11. Unfortunately, couldn't find a birdie at the 12th. This is a chance on 13. It looks good. It looks great. Park Hyun-kyung to 3 under par. You can see there the cut line has moved. It's up at 4 now. Hyun-kyung doing everything she can to get into the weekend. Jimmy Lim, though, doing everything she can to move up that leaderboard. This is another excellent opportunity for 4 in a row to get to 9 under par. It looked like it started a little left. Maybe a little misread there for Kim. So comes back down to earth after those 3 straight birdies. Still got an excellent round of golf working today. 6 under for her Friday. Going to be a little slippery for Ko-Ji-Yu. Certainly wants to dive off right as it approaches the hole. But it's a chance to get to 8 under. And it's a chance. She confidently rams into the back of the cup. Brilliant birdie there for Ji-Yu and Hyun Kyung, must be said. I'm just going to tidy this one up for her par at 12. Win on the Korean Tour came at Lakewood at the 2022 KLPGA Championship. First broke into the winner's circle 2018 with the OK Savings Bank Seri Park Invitational, the first of 3 titles on the KLPGA Tour. Before her storied victory, US Women's Open in 2020, besting America's Amy Olsen and a certain former world number 1 in Ko Jin-young to claim that major title. Finish it was that week at Champions Golf Club in Texas. Started the final day, 5 shots back, birdied her final 3 holes to claim a 1-shot victory. A day that will forever live rent-free in Kim Hye-lim's head. That find the fairway trap on the right. Certainly looked like it from that camera angle. Got plenty of power, Lee Dong-un. If he gets a hold of this one, should be able to clear that trap without too much difficulty. After such a good start, 3 birdies in her first 8 holes, but that drop shot at 9 and the cut line moving to 4 under doesn't give her much room for any more mistakes. She's leading like she's pushed it. This one needs to go. It doesn't. It's going to be problematic as well. Now, to the 15th tee is where we find Han Jin-son. It was playing a little shorter than it did in yesterday's opening round. It's going to be an 8-iron. Beautiful there. Online the whole way for Han Jin-son. You see the problem if you do push it a little right off the 13th tee. You've got those two very oddly shaped bunkers. The question mark bunker, we'll call them those, on the right side. And you're actually better off being in them than in that thick rough. And oh dear, you can see the cabbage that Kim Lim's ball has nestled into. Yidong has found the sand. Is she a little too close to the lip? We'll have to wait and see. The line looked okay from that little angle on the camera we saw earlier. It's good firm sand as well. She's got something like a 9-8 iron. Should be able to clear that lip without too much difficulty. Again, don't want to compound the error and fan this one out to the right. Got to play left of this pin. Contact sounded a little heavy. Yeah. It tends to happen sometimes. Just want to make sure that you clear that front lip. Sometimes you just dig in a little. Club bottoms out a little early. Comes up a little heavy and a little short now. What options does Kim Lim have from this thick stuff? Not only is the lie pretty poor, the ball's going to be well below the level of her feet as well. Not an easy shot by any stretch. That's one she'll definitely have to be very wary about here. Goodness me, she's lost her ball. Couldn't even find it. She was only standing about 6 yards away. That's how bad the lie is. I really don't think she can muscle this all the way up to the hole. If she gets this around the front edge of the green, she's done well. Just important to try and keep your height on this shot. No dipping, no standing up out of it. Just try to chop this back into play. Easy to catch that off the hosel. Looked like it was awfully close to a dreaded shank, but at least she kept it out of that second cut of rough. Sung Yujin, a little bit further up the back nine. Into this 16th green, inside of 100 meters. That was very nicely played. Shinsu running out of holes to try and make an impression. Realistically, pretty much has to birdie home to be around with that cut moving to 4 under par. Now, Yigai Young at the par 5 14th, just off the edge of the green. Pretty simple little chip shot. One she can give a run at. Just landed a little soft for her. Still, good chance to get to 9 under par upcoming. Jinson at the par 3. Lovely iron shot. Very putt on 13 lacked a little pace. That one just had a little too much allowance in it. Had some good looks on this back nine, but the putter just hasn't really cooperated for Han Jinson. Still bogey free on the day, but just, I mean that with all due respect, just 3 under par. Jung Yun Ji was absolutely flying round the turn. 3 straight pars to this point, but a birdie opportunity at 14 now. And that makes it a dozen players in double digits under par. Jung Yun Ji back on the birdie train. Yeah, to 16. And Sung Yujin for a birdie. Good amount of right to left in this, even though this putt's about 8 feet long. Oh, not that much, Yujin. Very poor effort after what was a sublime second. The only thing that could be slightly complicated for Kim Hei Lim here is the angle's pretty poor for her third shot, and the ball's slightly above her feet. Sitting up okay in that rough. Maybe she'd take anything about 10, 12 feet left of this hole. Just give herself a putt. Gone straight at it, try to hoik it up in the air. Just killed it in that front slope. It just shows you plenty of birdies to be had at Montfort. It'll be a little errant. And this course still has some teeth and can bite you if you're not careful. Now Yeomin surely going to be attacking into on the 14th. Good tee shot. Well within range for the youngster. Brilliant. 2 excellent hits, and she's going to have that for eagle. Dominant. You need to carry this past that false front that Kim Hei Lim pitched a ball into. Tried to stun it into the slope. How about that for some touch? It wasn't the percentage play, but it's worked out very nicely for Lee Dong-Lin. Takes some real skill to hit a shot like that. Low driller into the face, try and get it to spin. Fabulous touch. Bae So-hyun at 15. Target practice for these ladies on this hole. It's another stunning tee shot at the short par 3. A Lim for par at 13. It's been bogey free today, 6 under. You know, she would dearly love to roll this one in to keep that card nice and tidy. Take the little wobbles there. Ultimately, the first blemish comes courtesy of an errant tee shot at 13. GU just drifted into the rough off the tee at 14, so has laid it up to here. Now has 85 meters left of his green. It sits slightly below the level of the fairway. Given the softness of the putting surfaces here. Play for the full yardage. Expect a little spin. Okay, Shinsil. The time is now. Fabulous second. Gonna need this, and then a couple more. Okay. Well, it's a glimmer of hope for Bang Shin-sil. It's back to even par and 1 under on the day. It's only a third birdie she's made all week long. And on a course that has yielded the excellent scoring that we've already seen through 2 rounds, that's simply just not going to be good enough. This putt's still going to grab Lee Dong-eun's attention. Just wants to fall to the right at the hole. So start this left edge with good committed pace. Yeah, really solid. Good hard working for there for Lee Dong-eun. Keeps her at 5 under, so a shot to spare. Elim, unfortunately, is going to drop back to 7 under par. Jung Yun-ji at the 15th. Solid tee shot. Does she have a 7th birdie of the day in her? Oh, you bet she does. Jung Yun-ji gets it to 11 under par. 3 holes to play. 1 more birdie, and she's going to be in the final group tomorrow. Another couple of birdies, I should say. Not that Jo-Hye Lim's already at 12 under. Now to the penultimate hole, par 3, 17th, and Sung Yoo-jin with a 7-iron. So Hyun, after flagging her tee shot at 15, bit of movement to the left. Well, never started that high enough. It's a little frustrating. Such a good tee shot. Only make 3. Body language tells you exactly what's going through her mind right now. Yeomin for an eagle at 14. This would leap her up that leaderboard. Just tries to move a little left in the midpoint of the putt. All in all, fairly flat. But give this one a healthy run. Okay. Not going to be an eagle 3, but a welcome birdie. Notches her up to 8 under. See the 14th fairway there. Yeomin can reach this green. Shinsil certainly can. Just gotta give this one a full-blooded thump. There's a tendency to just hang back on her right side a little. That club gets behind her. That's when she really starts to struggle. And that is, couldn't walk it out and place that in a better spot. Shinsil definitely within range to attack into at this par 5. And then she's no powder puffer and give this one a good thump as well. Somebody really liked that one, and for good reason. What, 2 splits the middle. how does the major champion respond to a first bogey of the day, Kim Lim? At this point in her round where it just started to get away from her yesterday. 14, I wouldn't say it's a gimme par 5, but it's one where you'd be expecting to have a reasonable look at a 4. Lost the last tee shot, right? Don't want to do it here. That looked a little snatchy. It is going to hang in that right rough. You can see the top half of it. I could be tempted to go for it in 2. If she's inside of 200 meters, I certainly think so. Especially with the elevation coming down towards the green. Back to the hard charging Kim Min Sol on the front side of the golf course. Second shot to the par 5 third. Right on the limit for her, 232 meters. Look at that mighty hit. Just off the edge of the green. Still not a gimme up and down, but she's given herself a chance. Go to you. Just off the edge of 14 for birdie. Yeah, Hutchinson on the 16th by the looks of things. She's due to make one from this range. She's had a couple already. And finally one drops. So that's another birdie on this backside. Han Jin Son 4 under for her day, 9 under for the championship. Green just beyond that crest. 192 meters, so definitely in the go zone. Just a little left. Oh, we've seen that little drop off to the left-hand side of the green. Not a horrible place to miss it. See that ravine about 20-30 yards short of the green, the only place that you really can't afford to be if you're going for this par 5 in 2. It's certainly going to be in the back of Kim Lim's mind. Some overhanging limbs off the trees on the right-hand side as well. You clatter into those, very much in the lap of the gods. Again, it's only Friday afternoon. You don't have to take on any unnecessary risk. We've seen he possesses a very solid wedge game. That lies a little dicey. Absolutely nothing wrong. No shame in just chopping that down to the end of the fairway and then trying to make birdie the old-fashioned way with a solid wedge and a good putt. We'll see how bold she's feeling. I suspect this is just going to be a layup. I think that's the right thing to do. Yeah, look well out to the left. Just try to leave yourself a comfortable number in for your third. Chin after a brilliant tee shot on 17. Gosh, stood over that putt for a awfully long time, it seemed like. So, Yeomin on the other par 3 on this backside. Same club she employed back on the 8th. Getting up a little shy there. Just pulled a smidge. Not bad. So 2 putts from here, and she's going to claw another shot back of Hong Jung-min. That putt easily outside of 100 feet. So to get it within sort of 5-6 feet, Kim Min-sol's done very nicely indeed. Back on 17 tee, Han Jin-seon, invigorated perhaps after a 4th birdie of the day. 6 iron here. Still want to move a little right, so to take that break out, get this a little firmer. Oh. Now, statistically, it was always going to be more likely to 3-putt it than 2-putt it from where she was on the right-hand side of the green. Gave it a mighty effort, but can't claim that 6th birdie of the day. Min-sol remains tied with Jo Hye Lim at 12 under par. So after the layup, what sort of number has Kim Hye Lim left herself at the 14th? A lot of options of how she can play this one. Try and send one in sort of mid-flight. Pitch it short, 1 hop and check. Very much that dead arm shot I was talking about earlier. Or throw it out a little long and right. Try and spin it off the slope. Going for option B. And it is going to pay dividends. There's the reason why. She's a major champion. Thinks clearly, executes well, backs herself to hit the shots when it counts. A nice number. Use the contours and spin beautifully. That's the way you bounce back from a disappointing bogey. Right, where's the second shot of Lee Dong-eun ended up? So it was left. It's actually left of the cart path. That's where it came to rest. She's gotten very lucky that that didn't actually bounce off the cart path and end up in the real thick stuff. Not what you would call a straightforward up and down left for the reigning Korea Women's Open champion. I don't think the branches of those trees are going to be an issue, so she's going to figure that one out while Hye Lim taps in to get back to 8 under par. I don't think those overhanging branches are going to be an issue, so she can play this high if she wants, but maybe just being off that downslope and having a bit of a thickish lie. See those practice swings indicating she's trying to play this one a little lower, and with that she's going to have to bump this into the upslope of the rough just before the green. Don't want to carry it on the green because it could come out hot and then go scooting off to the other side. You a tough 2-putt. Well played. Really well played from Lee Dong-eun. Landed that in a good spot. Got a good break with that second. Bae So-hyun, outside chance on 16. And she'll take it. So there's been some very good scoring in this group this afternoon. Bae So Hyun 4 under for her round. Ga Young a couple under as well, and of course Jung Yun Ji 7 under par for the day. A hole further back is where we find Hwang Yo Min putting through the green change. You can see the two different colors of grass there. Bunkered is Shin Sil. Poor second shot to be in that trap. She's conjured up some brilliance. A chance to get herself into red figures for the first time this week, Bang Shin Sil. Get up to the 4th. And Kim Min Sol with that beautiful BMW hasn't been claimed yet. Jung Yun Ji. 5 in a row round the turn. This for 3 in a row. Snaps to the right. Oh, it's straightened up at the end for her. Good try. Right, Shin Sil. Bit of an uncomfortable putt this. Down a gentle slope, still have to start it outside the hole. Okay, she's battling away, not giving up, Bang Shin Sil. For the first time this week, she finds herself in red figures. Out of holes, 4 to play. Needs to find 3 more birdies. Up ahead to the penultimate hole, and Han Jin Sun is this to move to double digits under par. Hasn't hit it. Hasn't hit it. Oh my days. Pretty solid all day long, Han Jin Sun. To say, every time we've looked up, he hasn't hit the most convincing putts. Something to think about for the tee time tomorrow. Even 6, so I have to say on the fringes of contention. We drop back to Lee Dong-eun. Clean up for birdie at 14 after that excellent pitch shot. Okay. All 3 players in this group going to birdie 14. Dong-eun back up to 6 under par. Bit of a blind tee shot on 16. Just got to pick out the high left-hand portion of the fairway and try and slot a little fade off of that. She overworked it. Oh, yeah, just into the right rough for Yo Min. Nothing wrong with that. That's what we see as we gaze back down this 15th hole. Fall off long and right. Don't expect anyone to be down there. Not from 121 meters anyway. Going to be short irons for all 3 of these players. She is doing everything she can. Better late than never for Bang Shin Sil, who's given herself a look for a third birdie in a row. Sometimes it's almost easier to play knowing you need to be aggressive, to try to make a cut. I know it sounds like a silly thing to say. You'd rather be in the position that Lee Dong-eun is in than Shin Sil. But sometimes when you sort of a shot inside the cut line, 2 shots inside the cut line, you know you can't afford any mistakes. And sometimes playing defensively leads to soft bogeys. I'm not saying that Dong-eun's going to do anything ridiculous here, but the psychology of golf, it's fascinating. Overly pleased with it, but saved it at impact. Giving himself a half-decent look. Lim. Seen her do this a lot. She comes out and plays here on the KLPGA tour. Using that right side of the tee, really likes to see a little cut into a lot of these hole locations on par 3s. It's beautifully played. 3 excellent tee shots on the 15th. These girls. There's over $100,000 US worth of art linear kitchenware up for grabs. Kitchen appliances for an ace on the 17th hole this week. How about it? Oh, that was cooking for Guy Young. Excellent tee shot. Back to the front 9 and a lengthy one for Kim Min Sol. Get to 13 under par. It's traveling with pace. Oh, hole gets in the way. Let's call that golf karma equaling itself out. Unlucky to not birdie the 3rd. Finds a little bonus there on 4. Into solo 2nd place now goes Kim Min Sol. Sol to within 2 of Hong Jung-min. Jung Yun-ji putting together an excellent round this afternoon. She's 7 under on the day and in a share of 4th, but it's still Jung-min who leads at 15 under par. And it's a tricky section of the green to be putting from. We saw with Hwang Yo-min earlier. Just go through that grade change. You think it wants to move a little left. It stays pretty straight at the end. It starts turning and then it just refuses to continue. No birdie to be found at 15 for Dong-eun. Go to 17. Jung Yun-ji to get to 8 under for the round. 264 is posted this morning. It's tracking Jung Yun-ji. How about it? That putter has been performing brilliantly this afternoon. Birdie on the last. I have to say she's going to lock up that final group tomorrow. A much better side to be putting from. Much more consistent grain and slope to contend with for A-Lim. Left-hand low putting style. Try to keep the back of that left hand going towards your target. Straight in. Have seen our fair share of birdies this afternoon, haven't we, ladies and gentlemen? That's an 8th of the day for Kim A-Lim, who moves to 9 under. Well, good news for Park In-kyung. Cuts move back to 3 under par, but barely. This could have a big impact on the cut line. This could have a very big impact. She holds that. The cut moves back to 4 under par. Not going to make many friends in the clubhouse. Park In-kyung doing what must be done to play the weekend for a 4th year in a row at the HANKOOKILBO Championship. Yo-min, ball's nestled down just a touch, so this one should come out a little knuckling. And on the angle, should be pitching on a downslope, so almost has to land this into the fringe. Hope that slightly longer grass just kills a little bit of the speed. Easy to catch a flyer from here. We're trying to cut under and around that with as much spin as possible. I didn't think that was possible. She's actually backed it up the slope. Played it too well, Yo-min. Now Gayam, after that fabulous tee shot that scared the pin for just a moment, looking to become the 13th player to double digits under par. Oh my word. It's moved the other way. Golf's not fair sometimes. To the home hole, and Han Jin-son. Bit high, just off the green to the left-hand side. Keep this rolling smoothly through the fringe. Took a couple of wobbles. Base looks good. Oh, line was good as well. Unlucky. Okay, she'll follow up that opening round of 67 with a very solid 68 on Friday. Her only blemish coming at the end of the opening round with that double bogey on the 9th. Clean card today for Han Jin-son. Will go into the weekend just outside the top 10. That's the fairway on the 16th hole. You can see just over the crest of that big hill is the tee box, and the line, like we said earlier, is at the high point of the fairway, that mound on the left-hand side, and try and sort of peel a little cut off that to 3-wood for A-Lim. A little further back, fairway does widen up slightly. left of the mound. Ooh. Looked like it clipped the tree. I'm not sure if anyone knows where that's ended up. They don't look too bothered. Sill. Unfortunately, did not pop in her putt back on the 15th. Massive play. This one hitting just down the left, needs a good kick. He's going to find it. Okay, tee shot. Just left of that lamppost is where you want to have that ball coming down after its apex. The shape of this hole really calls for some kind of little bleeding left to right cut. The Dongan aiming down the right side. I'm just trying to turn a draw back against the natural camber of the slope. Across that one nicely. That's the right shape for this hole. And that is a brilliant tee shot into good position. Down on the green, Hwang Yo-min. Uphill look for her birdie. No, that's not going to turn at that speed. Well, she's playing solid golf, Yo-min. But just the quality of Hong Jong-min and the players ahead of her. You're 8 under par, not even through 2 rounds of golf at a professional golf event. You're 7 shots back. She's closer to the cut line than she is to the lead. That is a remarkable standard we're seeing at this year's MEDIHEAL HANKOOKILBO Championship. Now, Min Sol at the 5th. Second shot now coming up to this raised green. Hong Jong-min's closest pursuer. She trails by 2. This is going to have a big impact on the cut line come day's end. You just have a feeling Park Hyun-kyung to get to 4 under par and to move the number. Snaps left. I know it turns from right to left, but I've seen a number of players overread it, particularly from that angle. Still going to be a nervy last couple of holes for Hyun-kyung. Jung Yoon-ji, who's had a torrid day. Second shot to the home hole. 8 under par for second round, and she will have that to set the new low round of the week at Montvert. She'll have that to get into the final group on Saturday afternoon. Drop back a hole to Hwang Yo-min on the 17th tee. Talk about those kitchen appliances. The estimated value of the total prize package, should anyone ace the 17th hole, is over 140 million won worth of kitchen appliances and furniture, call it that. It's over 100 grand. There are cars that cost less than that. Top of the line stuff from Art Linear up for grabs here on 17. Yep, 2 solid tee shots from Yo Min and GU. Always a little trickier playing into the setting sun. You know, you're going to get blinded as you watch your ball fly through the air. And so the tee shot of Kim Hye-lim spat out of that tree and ended up here. Did the sensible thing, didn't try to take on too much for that second. There's a lengthy birdie putt now. Enormous drives from both Shin Sil and Dong Eun. Full lob wedge from 75. So it's going to spin hard. There you go. Excellent distance control once again. Full display from Lee Dong-eun. Shin Sil needs 3 birdies to be around 2 meters closer. Same club. Just pulled it a touch. It's not bad. It's not really what she needed. To 5. And Min-sol to halve the lead of Hong Jong-min. Bae So-hyun on the home hole for a crowd-pleasing closing birdie. Well, never up, never in for Bae So-hyun. Leaves that one woefully short. The greens do slow up as the day goes on. Expect to lose about half a foot, sometimes more, of pace from the first cut. Bright and early in the morning to the end of play. Now, Hye-lim. Putt runs along the top of a little spine. Mostly going to be uphill. Gave that plenty of pace. Pretty good try. Jung Yoon-ji for a round of 63 and the new course record here at Montvert. Stunning, simply stunning. 9 unanswered birdies. You think about that lip out she had on, well, not the lip out, but the great putt she hit that didn't go in on 16. Jung Yoon-ji in prime position for a second title of the year. Go into the weekend at 13 under par. Meanwhile, the battle to make the cut continues for Bang Shin-sil, who needs this at the 16th. Huge putt. Buries it. The display of heart from Bang Shin-sil we're seeing this afternoon. Leaving it a little late. But there's still hope. So Hyun just want to mop this one up without incident. Okay. Backs up the opening 70 with a round of 68. She'll be safely through, comfortably through to weekend action. Back to 17 and Hwang Yo Min. Not for the first time on this back nine. At the line, just did not have the pace. Dongan, that very nicely played second shot. Little left to right slider. That's all that remains for birdie. Very nicely holed. Good birdie for Lee Dong-eun. You don't need to be looking up at that leaderboard and getting a little disheartened, seeing how far ahead, Hong Jung-min and Jung Yun-ji and Kim Min-sol are. You know that there's still a lot of golf to be played. Given the number of birdies that are being made at Montvert, you know that it's going to be at least a 20-something under par winning total. Could be a record-setting week here in the fourth MEDIHEAL HANKOOKILBO Championship as Ko Ji-yu settles in over this birdie look on the penultimate par 3. A good try. Rested on the high side at positive pace. Always looked like it had a chance. Waits back on the tee as Hyun-kyo settles over this hugely important putt for par. She's done so much good work to get herself to 3 under. Don't squander it now, Hyun-kyo. Oh no. I think a hole ago she had a putt to get herself to 4 under par and what you would think would be safety. Find herself on the other side of the coin. Cuts move to 4 under. I think that may be it for Park Hyun-kyung in this year's championship. Bang Shin-sil. Birdie finish required. Cuts move to 4 under par. 3 under par is only a share of 65th right now. Running out of players that could potentially affect that number on the golf course. Just 8 players left on 4 under who could potentially drop it back to 3. Flag hunting here, Shin-sil. She attacked. Pretty good, given the circumstances. Well, it must be said, fair play to MEDIHEAL and the sponsors here. Any player who does happen to unfortunately miss the cut, you still do get, I believe it's $50,000 $1,001 just to defray some of the costs incurred that come with traveling and playing events week in, week out. Beg your pardon, it's 500,001. First time, looks like she's leaked that one out right, Lee Dong-hun. This was a couple of moments ago. Lee Ga-young, who was having such a fine day. Unfortunately, this is a bogey putt now in the 18th. Dearie me. That is a really rotten way to finish what was otherwise a stellar day of golf from Lee Ga-young. Double bogey on the last. So he's safely through to the weekend. She's going to start an awfully long way behind Hong Jung-min. The shadows starting to lengthen here over Montvert Country Club, and it has been another brilliant day of golf from some of the best on the KLPGA Tour. And we can't wait to see what the weekend has in store here in the MEDIHEAL HANKOOKILBO Championship. Will we see a charge on moving day? Will it come from this lady, Kim A-Lin? Stayed down and through that one nicely. Don't forget, we're going to be on an hour and a bit earlier for weekend rounds, or weekend coverage, excuse me, this week. We'll on air 1 p.m. Korean Standard Time for moving day action in this year's MEDIHEAL HANKOOKILBO Championship. It's going to be Hong Jung-min and Jung Yin-ji in that final group. And Seoul still with right around 4 holes to play to try and catch Jung-min at 15 under par and perhaps even surpass her. But this is the group that we've been watching all throughout the course of today's second round. Featured threesome of Bang Shin-sil, who's battling to make the cut, major champion Kim Hye-lim, and this young lady, the reigning Korean Women's Open champion Lee Dong-eun, who has just about a 40-footer for a birdie on 17. Seen a lot of putts left short late in the day. That was not one of them. Little rush of blood to the head, perhaps, the 22-year-old. Well, last chance saloon for Park Hyun-kyung. An untimely bogey on 17 has put her in the position needing to hold this to make the cut. 24 meters to go. Just take dead aim, put a good swing on it, and hope for the best. Tell you what, that is a fantastic effort. Again, like I said, there are still 8 players out the golf course who could potentially drop the cut line back to 3 under, but Hyun-kyung is going to need to hold that and hope for the best. One of those players. Most of those players finishing on the front side. Kim Hye-lim, though, this putt, try to get it to 10 under par. Good aggressive effort there from the 29-year-old Kim. The big 3-0 first week of October. She's accomplished so much already in her career. Go to you. Starting to ride the flag, drawing back. Doesn't have the legs. As long as that's not plugged, it's not too difficult rather than up and down. Shin-sil, this has got to go. Just got to give it a chance. Right to left. Does it stay up? Yes, it does. Bang Shin-sil. Look at this run towards the finish line. 4 birdies in her last 5 holes. She's at 3 under par and needs a 3 on 18 to make the cut in the most unlikely of ways. Hyun-min just snuck into the second cut of rough, so going to make distance and spin control that much trickier. Going for a bit of a jumper. She's got wedge from 116. Sounded like it came out soft. Very soft. Now back to the front side of the course and the third shot at the par 5 6th for Kim Min-sol. Very good indeed. So Kim Min-sol will have the opportunity to get within 1 of Hong Jung-min with 3 holes to play in her second round. It's that birdie putt past Dong-eun now with a testy comeback of a par. several times in the past. Statistically, those 3 putts caused by poor speed control and poor line reading. So a second bogey of the afternoon drops John Wynn back to 6 under. A lot of sand to cover here for Hong Yo-min. He's got to fan that club face open. Good acceleration. Thump the bounce into the sand. Got to carry it maybe a yard past the fringe. Flew it to the hole with some spin. That's a brave shot, but executed brilliantly. In. Just clean up for par. Don't have to do anything fancy here, just a little plop and run for Goji Yu. Oh, that buried, I think it was. Yeah, certainly the way it came out with topspin. Disheartening way to end the day for Goji Yu if she were to drop a shot at the closing hole. Rather likely from there. Is a beautiful finishing hole here at Montverde. You can't see the green off the tee. It's obscured by the thick foliage on the left-hand side. Just trying to slot it down the left half of that fairway. You get a little extra run out. For Bang Shin Sil. Good drive here. Good wedge shot. Give herself a putt. That's all she needs. That's all she wants. A chance to make the cut. I think she was 1 over par, standing on the 13th tee. Standing on the 18th with a chance. Okay, about one done. Really did make a mess of this 18th hole from a good spot in the middle of the fairway. Goji Yu. Disappointing way to end what was otherwise a, oh my goodness. Well, it's going to be even more disappointing now. That is a 3-putt double bogey. She had wedge in hand from the middle of the fairway. Just a simple lapse in concentration, no other word for it. Lim. Final tee shot of the day. And it's a good one. Uses that left, but just into the left rough. Burrows into a pretty thick lie, but it's in play for Lee Dong-eun. To have any chance, this has got to go for Park Hyun-kyung. Highly unlikely, but strange things happen in the game of golf. Yeah, that bogey on 17 just took the wind out of her sails. Despite a valiant battle for most of the back nine, Park Hyun-kyung is going to be taking the weekend off at 2 under par. But this, on the other side of the leaderboard, is going to be to get Kim Min-sol up to 14 under par and within one shot of Hong Jung-min, who has sat comfortably, feet up in the clubhouse all afternoon at 15 under par. That lead could be the slimmest of margins in the next couple of moments. So 7 birdies on the day. Kim Min-sol within one of Hong Jung-min. Just to brush in for a very handy up and down par on 18. 8 under par at the halfway mark of this year's MEDIHEAL HANKOOKILBO Championship. A bogey-free round of 68 for Huang. Shin-sil, you have one more good iron swing in you. Do you have one more good putt? That's all you need. Lee Dong-eun and Kim Min task much easier. They're thinking about position going into the second half of this championship. Just on the angle, it looks like it's Kim Min first to play. The only real danger at this sort of back right hole location is if you just get your number wrong and you plug it in that bunker short. The bunker itself is not a bad miss, but just the fact you're coming in with a short iron, as much spin and trajectory as you get with those clubs, easy to just plug it in the sand as Koji Yu did in the group ahead. With the club digging in a little there, dragging the club face shut, pulling that one left, but no real harm done. Kim. Shin-sil. No different to trying to win a golf tournament on a Sunday afternoon. The pressure of needing to pull off a shot to make the cut. Here it is. One outside the number, needs a 3. take something off that pitching wedge. Just in between clubs. Done the right thing. Playing out a little long. At least she's got a putt at it. Much rather try to have to hole the putt than hole the bunker shot. Thick lie for Delman. We saw that ball really burrow in. Got to be smart here. Sort of halfway between that pin and the right edge of the TV tower should be the line. Don't bring the bunker into the equation. If you end up where Bang's ball is, no harm at all. So it bounced, so we know it's not plugged. Should just be in that grass face. Leaking a little oil as she makes her way towards the clubhouse. Lee Dong-eun. There's a scoreboard to the left of the green. See the players just glancing over to have a look, and that scoreboard will tell Bang Shin-sil exactly the information she needs to know. That she has to hold that to guarantee her spot in the field. And unfortunately for Kim Min-sol, poor tee shot on the 7th, pulled into the first of the two left-hand traps. Probably touch and go right on the edge of whether she can get this onto the green. Only 102 meters left, so this should just be a gap wedge, but gotta be so precise and pick this cleanly. Contact sounded pretty good, easy to hit those fat. Still wasn't enough. And for the first time today, Kim Min-sol out of position, yet to make a bogey this week. Not in the bunker, a pretty basic little chip. Pop it out, get it running along. Looks like she's undercooked that one slightly. So she'll have a testy little par putt coming up. Well, we saw it from 50 yards away. Why not see it from a different angle? On the upslope, a little hinge of the wrist, comes out soft. Should pop out and release, but you've got to remember to hit these hard enough. So just leading edge, digging in the touch. Lee Dong-eun. I know she can blow a little hot under the collar, so she will be mighty disappointed with the bogey finish. Just one more glance at that scoreboard. In the bar tie for 67s right now, so highly unlikely that that's going to be the cut mark at the end of play this Friday. For Shin-sil has the crack, it'll be Kim A-lim. What would be a 9th birdie of the day? Jung Yoon-ji has made 9 this week in a single round. No gimme for par yet for A-lim. all the hard work over the last hour and a half has given Bang Shin Sil this putt, this opportunity to make the unlikeliest of cuts. He made one birdie yesterday, and that was on her final hole of the day. All or nothing now for the three-time Tour champion. This for birdie and to play the weekend. Nope, doesn't come back from out there. Valiant effort. But she is going to miss out for the second time this season. Back to Kim Min Sol on 7 with her third shot. Nicely played, but that one just pulling up a little quicker than she would have anticipated. Slowing up as the day starts to wind down here in Pocheon. Donger to avoid a bogey finish. This now for par. Just move ever so slightly. It's just rubbing salt in the wound now for Lee Dong-eun. The cut, but there is a lot of daylight between herself and Hong Jung-min with 36 holes to play, 10 off the lead after that bogey finish. Only made one bogey today. Kim Lim. Grinding over this for a par. She'll start the weekend only 6 back if this one drops. Very much in the conversation. Yep, really well holed. Stellar round of golf today from the major champion. 65 with a bogey on the 13th. May Lim lurking at the halfway point of the MEDIHEAL HANKOOKILBO Championship. It's going to be a weekend off for Bang Shin Sil, but I think she'll take a great measure of pride in how well she battled over the closing stages just to give herself the chance to make the cut. A lot of players could have packed it in after 12 holes being that far outside the cut line. That 3-putt bogey on the last isn't really going to matter much. It's the second miscut of the season for Bang Shin Sil as she bows out of this year's championship. So, bogey free on the week. See on that stat right there. this par putt to keep things that way. Don't need to give the hole away. Just take the break out, keep it inside the cup, play it with pace. Yeah, nicely holed. Had to work for it, but stays within one of Hong Jung-min. So as play winds down here on Friday afternoon, it's going to be Hong Jung-min heading into the weekend with the lead. Plenty of great scores, none better than Jung Yun-ji this afternoon with that course record 63. It should be a captivating weekend contest, and we look forward to your company then. Until then, I'm going to say goodbye for now, and we'll see you tomorrow here at Montfort Country Club.